Well, my name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as Instagram, TikTok, and my own website, odessamel.com, I deliver messages to you that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. So today I'm going to be looking into what your next battle is going to be and how you are going to slay your enemies. So I have 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with black kyanite. This is a protective crystal. It's known to erect a protective shield actually around your auric field, deflecting low vibrational energy. It can also assist in cord cuttings. Pile number 2 is partnered with this spell jar. This is a protective jar, so it wards away low vibrational energy from any space it occupies. And then pile number 3 is partnered with this bundle of Palo Santo, a sacred wood that is used to smoke clear your home or whatever environment you use it in. So I'm going to give you guys a second to select your pile. I'll give you a close-up of the cards and the items in just a second, and I'll see you at your pile. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome back. So you picked the black kyanite. And I want to mention that I announced the winner for last month's contest. And if you didn't win, that's okay. You have another chance to win this month. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and comment on this video. And then on the first of the month, I will announce the winner of the next free mini reading giveaway on my community tab. So these cards are going to let me know what battle you are about to face. Then I'm going to get into the other decks. I'm going to find out who your opponent is, what their greatest weakness is, what your greatest strength is in this battle, how you're going to slay them, and then some final advice on steps you can take to sort of move towards your victory. So let's find out what this battle is. You got tea leaves, foresight, the Judge, and Adjustment. And this is the Justice card in traditional tarot. All right, so the battle that you guys are walking into, you definitely have felt coming. There, with this Foresight card, you've been sort of reading it in the energy around you. You might have heard sort of rumblings from people. This could be a situation where somebody has been sort of giving you a heads up. There's been sort of gossip around you, or I mean, it could be something much larger if it has to do with your business or your company. Maybe there's been some gossip at work about like layoffs or, you know, shifting and changing of roles or something like that. Whatever it is, it definitely has to do with a balancing of energies. I can't deny with the Judge and the Adjustment card that this is indicating that there is karma at play here. Now, when I say that, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are being dealt your karma, right, for something that you've done in the past. You might be the one that's delivering karma to somebody else, right? All I'm saying is that there is a balancing of energy that is taking place through this battle. Your opponent feels to me like they have very black and white thinking. There is an energy here where you are trying to look at the nuance of what's going on. You're looking at the gray. What is the full scope of the problem that's in front of us? Let's look at everything and everyone that is involved and try and come up with a happy medium. But your opponent feels like they have very black and white thinking, and they might have a hidden agenda, because with this Judge card, you've got 2 sets of hands on this card. The top set of hands is in a praying posture. The bottom set of hands has the hand extended, asking for something. So the energy that I'm getting is that someone is asking for a handout but they are saying that they are being very like truthful, honest, and pious about this. You know, this might be somebody who has a religious agenda that is trying to put forth a particular philosophy or opinion, and they really have an ulterior motive. And the energy I get is that they want to silence you and they want to bury this. They either want to bury you, and I don't mean literally, I mean figuratively. They either want to bury you or they want to bury the argument. They don't want to have to deal with it at all. Now, this could be something that is a legal dispute. That's something in the balance here that you've been feeling coming for a long time. And you are going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight to be heard, because the energy that I get is that this person, this organization, this group, whoever it is that, you know, is sort of like at the core of this battle, is sort of talking out of both sides of their mouth. So they're saying one thing to one group, and they're saying another thing to another group, and they're not being honest with either group because they actually have a totally different agenda, and it's self-serving is the energy that I'm getting. Now, it could very well be, if this is on a personal level, where it's like someone that you know, that they are spreading rumors and they're saying different things to different people based on what that person is most likely to respond to. So they know, I feel like the energy is a little bit narcissistic, maybe a lot narcissistic, because the energy I'm getting is that they are serving their audience. Like, what would appeal to this group the most? What would appeal to this group? What would appeal to that group? Okay, I'm going to customize my story to tailor it to my audience so that I can get them on board. And this might be someone who's trying to, you know, launch a smear campaign against you, and they are trying to present themselves like either they are the victim or all they wanted to do was help you. And truthfully, they are looking for something in return. They definitely have their hands out waiting to get something back. And it's like the people that they are getting on their side, like, are clueless to what is going on, like truly just completely in the dark, and are just eating all of this up. This is crazy. Okay, let's find out who your enemy is. Who is pile number one's enemy? Ooh, your enemy, it has a victim mentality. This is very narcissistic energy. This is someone who is saying, it's not me, I'm the victim in this situation. Meanwhile, they are the one that is actively taking steps to create some sort of opposition to you. Like, there is like this like palace. But the energy that I'm getting is that it's a wall, that they're trying to box you in. They're trying to tie you to something that is going to dramatically harm you. And there may be a time restraint on this. And they are truly trying to lock you in a situation where you are going to be sort of overwhelmed by either responsibility, and they're also trying to overwhelm you with like guilt and a feeling like they're trying to appeal to your emotions, right? And they're doing it in a really, really, really nasty way. Like, they know what is going to pull on your heartstrings, and so they are going for the jugular, basically, right? They've surveyed what is going to make you feel the worst, and that is what they are going to start talking about the most, right? And so it, like, once again, they also might be doing that with their like audience, because I do get the energy that they're trying to go to powerful people with this palace. Like they're rushing to someone who has authority or power, and they are trying to appeal to their emotional nature versus the logic of what's going on, so that they can get them on their side. Real shady, very deceptive behavior. Okay, so let's find out what their greatest weakness is. What is pile number one's enemy's greatest weakness? Oh, okay, so Wolfbane, caution, and death. This is a person who has a lot of fear and really focuses on the negative. They are very calculating and cautious. But when you are existing in a lower vibration, you have the same ability to manifest as anyone else, right? The law of attraction will bring to you what you put your heart and mind and thoughts towards. But these people are focusing on a lot of lower vibrational negative energy. They're trying to weaponize it against you, so that basically it's like sending you the evil eye and literally scheming and calculating so that damage will be done to either your reputation or your opportunities or your life as like on a much larger level. But when they focus in on that lower vibrational negative energy, there is always a chance that that will come back at them, right? Because we attract what we are. So if we are like playing with those lower vibrational energies, it's bound to come back to them. It may not come back soon, but it definitely eventually rears its ugly head. What else? What else is file number one's enemy's weakness? Regret and repentance. What did I say, man? This negative energy is going to come back to them, and they are going to then have this whole sob story, right? This is like the person who goes out and like steals money from the company, and then they're like, oh, but I'm a compulsive gambler. Meanwhile, like they've been doing this stealing, you know, the like savings of like elderly people and like taking every opportunity they could to like just line their pockets. They made multiple decisions that led them to this, you know, that may actually be the exact situation that you're dealing with, but that's the example that came forward. And they are definitely going to be regretful and repent. But I mean, I think it's going to be too late. I mean, in some cases, for some of you, these people might actually end up going to jail. Like the battle that you're going into may be a legal battle, right? This might be a divorce. This might be a wrongful, you know, dismissal where your employer laid you off for the wrong reasons, or somebody, you know, evicted you from your home, and it was all because the property values went up in that area and they wanted to renovate so that they could charge more rent. Whatever it is, this person is doing shady stuff. They know it, and they are scheming. They are calculating to be able to line their pockets is the energy I'm getting. They want more power. They want more money. They want more control. So let's find out what your greatest strength is. What is your greatest strength? What's your greatest weapon? What is pile number one's greatest strength? What is their weapon? This one wanted to come out. Okay. Let's see. All right. I love this. Okay, so one of your greatest strengths, so that you can face this person, is your ability of concentration. And this card is talking all about manifestation, focusing your mind on the outcome that you want, 100% with optimism, really trusting that the universe has your back and is going to do everything in its power to bring justice into this equation for you. The law of attraction can work out in your favor, but you have to understand how it works. It's not just a matter of thinking positive thoughts. You have to fully commit and believe, and the primary energy and of your thoughts on a day-to-day basis has to be the outcome that you want. When we spend a lot of time thinking about what this person or this situation or this organization did to us, and we really like get fired up and angry, that can be a great powerful energy to drive us forward, right? Our anger like infuriates us and fires us up like we're warriors on the battlefield, just like ready to take them down. The downside of that is that when we focus on the outcome that they want, right? We're focusing on the horrible things that they're doing. We're adding to their manifestation, because we manifest based on the intensity of our emotion, not just what's going through our mind, not just what we want to. So you have to not only be focusing on the outcome that you want, but you have to be so passionate about it. You got the flirtation card, which is a card talking about love and connection. And it can also be talking about organizing. So you might be really, really effective at networking with people, really appealing to people on a personal level. So it might be a situation where you need to sort of like go out and connect with other people and really start talking to them about what you feel and what you want for this outcome to be. Like, for example, when I was talking about being evicted from your apartment, it might be a situation where it's like a whole bunch of you that were evicted, and you need to go and get in touch with all the other people that were living in your building so you guys can get organized, come together, and really start like battling this person. You got the charity card. So there's angels on this card. It's a number 4. This can be your foundation. It's being supported. There is angelic energy that is with you and supporting you. But it's a matter of you making sure that you are willing to put in the fight. There is Saturn here repeated twice. That's talking about having to get organized, being diligent, and really putting in the hard work. And that is hard. It is hard, but I promise you it will pay off. And if you do nothing, you're going to feel like you were the victim, and you were, right? You'll feel ultimately later on that you might look back at this moment and think, could I have done something? Could I have changed the tide? And you can, because you got the harmony card. This is the card number 7. It's also got the sun, right? You have to be willing to step out into the spotlight. The number 7 is talking about complete alignment. We have 7 chakras. There are 7 colors in the rainbow. It's talking about inclusivity, but alignment, and using your own power, your own energy to make change, right? To be able to bring harmony to a situation. You absolutely have the power to be able to do this. And I think that you're a stronger leader than you know. And once you start talking about what you think and feel with others, and this could be in a lot of different ways, you know, if you've been feeling this, and I really do feel like you have, with this foresight, there's something inside you that's like, I need to do something. I need to say something. I need to get out there and like add to the conversation about this. Get on TikTok. Get on Facebook. Get on Instagram. Get on YouTube. Get on any platform that you have access to other people, right? And start talking about what is going on with this situation. Now, if this is a personal situation where it's like an ex-lover and there's a smear campaign, you might not want to be advertising everything that you're thinking online, right? But you definitely want to start organizing and talking to other people. You want to appeal to their heart energy, right? You want to appeal to them like on like what they're passionate about, what makes them feel grounded. You know, you have to understand that this person is using these coercive control tactics. It's very narcissistic, and not underestimate the lengths that they will go, which is sad and it's scary, but you don't have to be a victim. This person is acting monstrously, but you have more power. This is the time for you to take action. So let's find out how you guys are going to slay this enemy of yours. How is pile number 1 going to slay their enemies? I love it. Oh my God, guys. How are they going to slay this enemy? Let's see if there's anything else. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have literal goosebumps. You got the Wheel of Fortune, the Death card, 9 of Swords, the Fool, Judgment. This is definitely karma, and this feels to me like it is time for the new, and there is the energy of this particular group of people or person or organization not wanting the new, you know, the new energy, the future. They don't want the future to come in, right? It's time for the Wheel of Fortune to move forward. It's time for a cycle that was to end. It's time for death to come, you know, and from death, there is always a new beginning. There is always a more prosperous and more abundant cycle to begin, right? With the Wheel of Fortune again. This is destiny. This is meant to happen. And there will be pain involved in the ending, right? There will have to be a point of self-reflection for everyone that's involved to look back on what they believed or what they thought. For some of the people that are involved in this, they might have to look back at, you know, the people or the organizations that they align themselves with and really do a deep dive into their own shadow, really confronting why they feel the way they feel, or, you know, who they align themselves with, you know, and it can be really hard, you know, especially when you've been duped by someone. And narcissists, you know, have a long list of victims, right? And I'm not saying that these people are specifically like diagnosable narcissists. It's just narcissistic behavior. And sometimes we really can be rattled by that. And sometimes people are unwilling to let the old go because they don't want to face the fact that maybe they were acting monstrously. Maybe they were the ones that were inflicting pain and they want to avoid feeling guilty at all costs. But it's time. There is no going back. It is time. And just like birth, there is pain involved when a new order comes in, right? Labor is painful, but it's destiny. And there is going to be a new, more optimistic future ahead for everyone that is facing this. There is going to be a new joyous outcome. And it's all being guided on a spiritual level. Like, this is real, like, awakening, like, judgment, right? Judgment is talking about basically the beginning of the new world. So this is part of your destiny. It's part of your destiny to be part of this battle. It's part of your destiny to find your own strength, to come together with other people, and you ultimately will be victorious. It is written. It is written. So let's get some final cards. Let's some final advice for you guys. Like, wow, I'm like blown away by this. What advice do you have for pile number 1? Oh my God. Okay. First card you got is Power Symbol. Cleanse, purify, protect the physical body. Oh my God. Power Symbol. This is Chuku-Rei. This is a Reiki symbol. You're being called to take care of yourself, for one. Make sure that you're taking care of your physical body. This could also be a call to start taking action to help others protect their physical bodies. And you're going to have to be strong, but you are protected. You got labyrinth, transition to a higher level of being, raise your energetic vibration, enlightenment. This has the labyrinth on it. It's literally the labyrinth card. That story is talking about walking away from stubborn and violent energies that seek to do you harm and destroy you. And through your own power of love and enlightenment and a focus on what you want the outcome to be, right? Allow your anger over this situation to flow through you, right? Like a true god or goddess rising up, with like steely determination, not overwhelmed by your own emotions. You're so angry and you're so empowered that you're, unshakable, and you are going to face whatever you need to do, and you will take them down. Final card, the festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. You have to get organized. That might be getting organized with other people. It might be getting organized in your own life, making sure that you have the resources you need to be able to weather this storm and get through this. But ultimately, all the energies of the universe that are from the light are at your back, and they are guiding you forward. This is really powerful. This is really powerful. I am so impressed, and I am so excited for you. This might seem very overwhelming and frightening for you, but like, wow, this is like the battle of your lifetime. This is really, really powerful. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, comment on this video. I'd love to know how this resonated for you. I definitely have some of my own ideas about what this is talking about. And please comment. I'd love to chat with you guys about it. And it also enters you into the contest. If any of you guys are interested in working with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, live and recorded. I am a Reiki healer. If anyone is interested in having some distance Reiki done. I also do Akashic Records readings, and I do spiritual coaching, so I can help guide you through any of the obstacles that you're facing in your life and give you access to your guides. And I use tarot within those readings as well. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2, welcome back. So you picked the spell jar. I'm just gonna set that over here, and I want to let you guys know I announced the winner for last month's mini reading giveaway, but if you didn't win, you still have a chance this month. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and comment on this video, and then on the first of the month I will announce the winner. So these cards are going to let me know what battle you guys are about to face. Then I'll dive into the other decks and we'll find out who your opponent is, what their greatest weakness is, what your greatest strength, how you're going to slay them, and then some final advice. So let's find out what this battle is. Wheel of Fortune, Fate. Wow, the Destroyer. That's intense. And you also got the Four of Cups and the Fool. Okay, so the battle that you guys are about to face is that there is going to be an ending of one phase of your life and a brand new beginning. It does feel to me like this may be something that your intuition has been telling you about with this Four of Cups. The Destroyer is a card that talks about basically, it's kind of the energy of the Tower, actually. So it comes in and everything that was is wiped away. And this is fate. For some of you, there might be feeling for a while now that there were some things in your life that needed to change. Ultimately, the energy that I'm getting is that it's because you aren't happy, right? There are things in your life that make you unhappy. Could be in your relationship, could be in your friend group, could be at work, could be at school, but and it could be in more than one area, right? And that it's time for you to start walking the road towards your life purpose, your destiny, right? With the Wheel of Fortune and Fate. The universe wants to spin the wheel forward for you and bring you into a place where there's more opportunity and a little more joy and wonder. With the Fool, it's like an energy of being like carefree and open to what the universe is going to give to you. Like, you might have been sort of in a rut or like tied to people that only wanted life to run a certain way. Like, I can give you an example. It might be a situation where you are your parents decided that you were going to be a lawyer. So you just kept going and going and going along this path that they had laid out for you. You're like, oh yeah, okay, law, that's a good career. I'll make a lot of money, it's stable, and you keep going and going and going, and you are about to graduate, or you have graduated, and you get your first job in the field, and you hate it. And you are like, I know that this isn't right for me. I know that I'm meant to be doing something else, but the ideas that are coming through to you about this something else that you're meant to do is something that your parents would never accept, or maybe your community would never understand, and it just feels like it's so out there that you don't want to take the risk. But it's like your intuition is saying you have to. It's part of your destiny. It's the only way you're going to be able to find this joy, and other people are counting on you, right? Because when it's part of your life purpose, there are other players that are going to be influenced if you don't take the steps you need to take. And it looks like if you don't, the tower is going to come in and something is going to get cleared away. And I lived this, man. I ignored my intuition for so long until finally the tower fell for me and I was forced out of my old life into my life now. But I can promise you, you will be so much happier. Oh my God, you're going to be so much happier. But this feels like the battle is over the structure of your life. So let's find out who your enemy is. Who is pile number 2's enemy? Who is pile number 2's enemy? Who is pile number 2's enemy? Okay, so, okay. So you got the deserving card and the optimism card, and then finally the deception card flipped out there at the end. So the energy that I'm getting is that there is some influences around you. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be coworkers, that I feel like you're part of a circle, and the energy is that you are trying to sort of like stick with this group of people. Maybe you've known them for a long time. Maybe you always felt like you were one of them, right? Like you were all on the same track, and then all of a sudden it's like you're not relating to them, or there's other things going on in your life, like this call for you to do this other thing in your life, whether it's a job or whether maybe it's traveling or moving or something. Whatever this call is, it feels like it's in a totally different world than these people, right? This is the energy of like, these people are working in fashion and all of a sudden you want to go and work for a nonprofit and like, you know, give up your apartment and all of your possessions and go and like move to another country altogether just so you can help, you know, in a grassroots level. And they're not going to get that at all. Or maybe you like are interested in like new philosophies or, you know, the things that you valued before you don't value anymore, or they don't have this same appeal for you. You don't feel full on that. And then part of this is that you are battling yourself. You're battling the idea that you're deserving of having a fulfilling life where you are pursuing your passions, and you're battling yourself when it comes to being optimistic about the success that you could have if you just allow the Wheel of Fortune to turn forward and you walk through the portal, right? You know that you're going to lose some people, or you're going to lose something, right? Whether it's, maybe it's money, maybe it's like, maybe it is a support system, or maybe it's, you know, just your routine. There's something that you're going to be losing that just feels very scary. And there may be an element of you having to sort of go it alone a little bit. Often that's how it starts, right? You're alone for a little while you're sort of figuring things out, maybe healing. There might be some stuff that you have to heal from the past. Like this could be you giving up habits that don't work for you anymore. There might be some things that you're doing that are a little like harmful to you, right, in some way, and that the people that you've been around, maybe, I mean, this could be like there is something that you're physically doing in your life that is harmful to your body, mind, or spirit. It could be that you're just surrounding yourself with sort of people that don't have your back, and maybe they have low vibrational energy and they're a little bit toxic. And you love them because you have history with them, but they don't make you feel supported and feel good. And it's, you know, a matter of you sort of like releasing that need for that energy in your life, or that substance, or that activity, or whatever it is. And that is going to make you feel a little bit alone or empty, right? Not having that thing, whatever it is, in your life. And it's going to be, what I'm being told is that it's going to be like a re-education, re-educating yourself to see the beauty and have fulfillment in the little things. And this, I really relate to this. When after my tower fell, and I was on my own, and I was trying to find gratitude and fulfillment in my everyday life, it was a struggle, you know, because I wasn't used to filling my own cup, and I wasn't used to seeing the beauty all around me and having gratitude for the little things. You know, I was so used to like constantly being on the go, and it was all about like this restaurant that I went to, or this person that I hung out with, or like praise from people, and everything was external. That was what was fulfilling me. And then for the first time, I was like, oh, now I am supposed to figure out how to fulfill myself. And it was torturous in the beginning. And I remember there was a moment where I recognized and I noticed that I was like stopping and really focusing on, you know, the beautiful garden that my neighbor had created, and just being in awe of these beautiful flowers. And it was like a light bulb went on, and I was like, I got it. I'm there. I just crossed through that threshold where now I'm able to like really find satisfaction in just being alive. And it's not that I don't like all the other stuff. Of course, I love nice restaurants and hanging out with cool people and intellectual conversations, and I love fashion still just as much as I did before. But my relationship with it is different. You know, I don't need it the same way I did. And it looks like That's what you're going through too. So let's find out what the greatest weakness is of your enemy. What is pile number 2's enemy's greatest weakness? Ooh. All right, you've got wormwood, absence, bitter sorrow, and time, banished nightmares, mental health. This definitely feels like exactly what I was talking about before, where it's like the people that are sort of being low vibrational and are not supporting you and not helping you, they are also battling the same kind of inner demons, you know, their own shadow, where it's like being alone is a scary, hard position to be in. You know, they feel lonely and empty, and without that external validation, it's like they feel depressed. And you might end up feeling this way as well. And it's like you immediately get thrown into the shadow, right? And the shadow is the parts of ourselves that we reject. Some of it is pain and trauma that happened in the past. And some of it is our greatest gifts that people made fun of us for, or told us that it was weird and silly and awkward and things that we should be ashamed for. And it's painful to face that stuff. But there's no way around it. Like, I mean, it looks to me like Spirit is guiding you towards this. And you can definitely prolong your suffering by fighting looking at these energies and releasing them. And everyone does that. I definitely did. There were so many days where I was like, why do I have to do this? And I would like cry, and it was awful. And I'd get so angry. I mean, I would get so angry even with my spirit guides. Thank God they are just radiating unconditional love and support, and our guides and our ancestors know how hard this is. They really do. So if you get angry with, you know, if you're a spiritual person and you're connecting with your ancestors or your guides and you get angry, they understand. Like, there was times when this was going on and I was going through the darkest of the darkest, I was like throwing my tarot cards. I was so angry because the message would come out and it would still be like more tower and more pain. And I was like, oh, this is going to be over. But it did eventually come to a conclusion, and I rose up as you will. And I feel so empowered and grounded now. It was honestly the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, it was so painful, but it was still like the best thing that ever happened to me. And so that is the weakness of your enemy that is the external people, and then the enemy that is within you, you know, the part of yourself that wants to reject this transition. You know, the part of yourself that doesn't want to look at the emptiness, or maybe there is some mental health stuff or some pain and trauma, right? Like the nightmares that needs to be taken into consideration, right? There might be some things about you on a health level that you reject about yourself. And it's like time to reclaim that. It's time to be proud of who you are and be willing to go with the flow and take on the adventure, because you're being guided towards something that is your destiny. It's fate. It is fate. So let's find out what your greatest strength is. What is pile number 2's greatest strength? Ooh. Oh my God, I love this. Pile number 2. Your greatest strengths are that you are an original thinker. This is the originality card. That you are different. You got the eccentricity card. You are not like other people. You know, like they, you know, and you might have felt this way for a long time. It's like, you are a bird hanging out with a bunch of fish. There's nothing wrong with fish. Fish are amazing. Fish have the ability to swim. But you have the ability to fly. So embrace that, because now it's time for you to be transformed. You got the birth card. It's time for you to come out of your shell. It's time for you to be unveiled to the world for like the original thinker, the eccentric person that you are. I say this a lot. Get weirder and like embrace all the unique qualities that you bring. You know, the way that you create art, the way you style yourself, the way that you communicate about things, the things that you are interested in. Embrace that, because we need more diversity. The more diversity we have, the healthier our community will be. An ecosystem that has only one type of plant or only has one type of insect or animal life dies, right? We need to have opposing forces to keep the energy in balance, right? Otherwise, there will be, for example, like an overabundance of deer in one area and they eat literally all the plant life, right? There has to be something counteracting that energy. And so that's why we all need to embrace exactly who we are. You have the power to have that balance. You got the negotiation card. You have the light inside you and you have the darkness. You have the divine feminine, you have the divine masculine inside you, just like we all do. And you're going to be able to find that balance and negotiate between yourself and other people. And you might be part of the energy that is bringing in this brand new world where everyone is rooted in who they authentically are. And we're not trying to judge everyone, and not everyone has to be pathologized, you know, to make sense of why they're different. You're different because you're beautiful and unique, and that's the way that you're meant to be. You know, like that is exactly what we need in the world, is different perspectives. We need variety. And you get that. This has Jupiter on this card, which is the planet connected to good fortune and abundance. And you also got the domination card. You have the ability within you to keep control of that voice inside your head that tells you that you're not good enough. You may not be in the practice of doing that, right? Oftentimes we're not. That's very rarely taught in our home lives. Like, so many people that I work with are just starting to work on these skills. And you may need to teach yourself that, right? To sort of like keep, it's emotional regulation as well. And that's okay, you know, like everyone is at a different point of the same path. It doesn't matter when you learn these skills, as long as you learn them. But you're very, very close, because this is card number 9 and this is card number 9. This is enthusiasm. You have just a natural radiance and optimism about you. And I think other people drag you down and take that light away from you. They've tried to convince you that your light was somehow shameful, and that's so wrong. You are meant to shine and glow. And, you know, don't let other people's sense of lack, you know, the energy inside them that makes them feel shame for who they are, influence you, because you are, that it's part of your purpose to shine and be original. Both of these cards are number 11. Master number 11 is talking all about being in alignment with your divine purpose. And this is card number 4, foundations. Card number 7, alignment of the chakras, like I was talking about before. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. So let me get some final advice for you guys. What would Spirit like pile number 2 to know on this journey? What would you like pile number 2 to know? Okay, let's see. First card you got is prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. So if this is a situation where you're walking away from a life where, you know, you've been making a lot of money, but you hate your job or something, or you're worried that if you follow your passions, you'll never be able to make ends meet, No, that's not true. Law of attraction dictates that whatever you put your mind to with optimism, joy, and positivity will magnetize back to you. It's when we are sort of bouncing between optimism and then these self-defeating thoughts, that things take a lot longer to come into us. So focus on what you really want and really have faith that you can achieve this. You're gonna have to take action, 100%. I had to work my ass off to get to where I am now. It wasn't like I just, I had for myself, I had an experience where I felt really called to do this, right? Like I said, very similar to you, where the tower came in and it was like I was being redirected towards my life purpose. And I still had to work my butt off to get all of the different aspects of the business and, all of the social media and everything that I've been doing. I have to do all of that work. I wish that the universe would just do it all for me, but it's not the way it's turned out for me. I have to work all the time. But there's always miracles that come in, and there will be for you as well. Ooh, love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. This could be you walking away from a relationship that you aren't fulfilled with only to attract your true divine counterpart. But this could also be a business partner or some, your friend group that's really going to support you. You're going to be magnetizing more love towards you. Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Yes, you are definitely attracting a lot more supportive connections and partnerships towards you. Don't worry about these people that may be leaving your life. They never cared for you the way that you cared for them. And I think you know that. I think your intuition has been telling you that you can't really trust them. They don't know how to love anyone. And it's sad because that's a sign that they don't love themselves. Final card, one enchanted evening, the perfect night. There's some miracle. There's some miracle that's going to be coming through to you. So just like the tower falling, a miracle can manifest in your life just as rapidly. I mean, the tower can also be talking about a great shock. It doesn't necessarily mean that your whole life is going to get blown up. It could very well be that this one enchanted evening takes place where all of a sudden you align with the love of your life. And all of a sudden it's like not even a question. The people that you were dating before, no, it's like, you see your exit like door, you're on it. Let's go. Let's move towards our highest vibrational path. Let's get on with this. Like there's something that's going to be happening. And this particular card makes me think that maybe it's a much more positive tower experience than what I experienced, which is congratulations, guys. I'm so excited for you. That's amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was such a pleasure. If you did, if you could like this video and comment below, that would be a huge benefit for me and the algorithm. But I also love to hear how the readings resonate for you guys. I really enjoyed chatting with you, and it enters you into the contest as well. If you know someone who might be interested in this, you could share it with them as well. That would be really cool. And if anyone is interested in working with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my booking information and my services are available there. I do tarot card readings, live and recorded, spiritual coaching, Reiki crystal healing, and I also do channeled sessions where I can connect with your spirit guides or go into the Akashic records and look at your past lives, which are mind-blowing. Honestly, I've been doing a lot of past life readings lately, and they blow my mind. You guys have had the most interesting past lives. It's pretty wild. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely check out my website, or you can email me at info@odessamall.com and we chat about it. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, file number 3. Welcome back. So you picked the Palo Santo. I'm just going to set that aside. And I want to let you know I'm running a contest again this month. If you didn't win last month, you still have a chance. I'm going to continue to offer a free mini reading, one a month, to a lucky subscriber. So if you subscribe and you comment on this video, you get a chance to win. So for your reading, these cards are going to let me know what battle you are about to face. Then I'm going to dive into the decks and I'm going to find out who your opponent is, what their greatest weakness is, what your greatest strength is, how you're going to slay them, and then some parting advice. So let's find out what this battle is you're about to face, pile number 3. You got Hydromancy, Illusion, the One, and the Empress. Oh, wow. This one is really deep. This is really, really deep. Now, basically the message that I'm getting from this is that the battle that you are about to face is one of discrimination. The idea that there are different factions of life or different people and that there is separation between them. That we are not connected. And that is a total fallacy. It's a complete illusion. And I'm so blown away by these cards because on this card, we've got the bowl, the hydromancy bowl with the water. And there's, you know, some shadowing on here. And then the One, this particular card also has that same feeling of the bowl of water. And then the Empress has a bowl of water in her lap. This is definitely connected to your ability to feel the connection between yourself and other people on an energetic level. You might have pronounced psychic abilities or spiritual gifts where you feel things deeply. You can watch the news and it's like it breaks your heart. It's not just that you are thinking about the tragedy or the situation that's unfolding and you are, you know, it is a, you know, hitting your heart because you don't like to see someone experience pain. You're feeling it. And I feel like you also have the ability to feel these things with other people, especially people that you're really close to. And as a result of that, you really feel connected to someone. Like when you are bonded to someone, you're one with them. You may, as a result of that, absorb a lot of energy from other people. And when there is a breakup or separation between you and family, friends, or loved ones, you might feel like you can't really disconnect. And it's probably because of an energetic cord, which is a natural part of our system. Our energy field radiates outside of us up to 8 feet. So whenever we are within 16 feet of another person, even though we're not physically touching them, our energy is touching. And the more you're around someone, the stronger that energetic bond gets. And in Reiki circles, that's referred to as a cord. So you might have had a hard time disconnecting. And like there's this cord, heart of water here on the Empress card. Now, for some of you, this might actually be part of like a larger issue where you are part of a group that is being discriminated against. And there are people that are saying that you are different from us. You're the other. And we don't want you to be part of our group or have the same opportunities as us or have like any of the same rights as us or whatever it is. Like there is just this energy where you're going to have to face the fact that there are people that are pushing back against the unification of all energy. And honestly, the idea of separateness is an illusion that we are living through as we walk through this life. I believe in reincarnation. And I know as a psychic medium and doing all of the work that I do that life goes way beyond this plane. We never die. Life continues on. It transmutes over and over and over again. We have hundreds, if not thousands, of past lives, and in every single past life, we have been part of a different culture, we have been different sexual orientations, we have done it all. And we are here to learn lessons and grow. And one of the ways that we do that is walking a mile in another person's shoes so that we can build the empathy. And you have these empathic skills because you're an older soul. You might be a mature soul, you might be an older soul. And you have the ability to connect and empathize with somebody because you've lived a lot of tragedy in past lives, in this life. And there are those that are younger souls that don't get that at all. They don't understand it. They are so rooted in what the physical is that they can't wrap their mind around anything beyond that. So that's going to be a big battle for you. But you're not alone in this battle. I can tell you that for sure. I faced this battle myself. So let's find out what your opponent is, who your opponent is. Who's your enemy? Pile number 3. Who is pile number 3's enemy? Who is pile number 3's enemy? Who is pile number 3's enemy? Ooh. Who's pile number 3's enemy? Okay, let's see. So the first card that came out is loss. Then you have status quo, and then you have letting go. Okay, this feels to me very much like what I was talking about before. There are those that want everything to stay exactly the way it's always been. They don't want to walk through the door. They don't want to let go of their beliefs or their privilege or their philosophies. They are tied to the past, and they're kind of being thrown all over the place by their emotions or their connections to other people, their loyalties, possibly family, possibly to their religious, political beliefs. There's something that's tying them back from going through this magical door to help them to move forward. They're not able to let go and you know, root themselves in empathy, right? With all of this water. Again, he's tied here to the shoreline. There's this rope tied to the past, tied to the idea of what they think is fair. And it is gonna drown them, honestly, right? This card really makes me feel that way because as the tide comes in, he's tied there. He cannot escape. So your opponent, your enemy, is someone who has very firm beliefs. They are very limited in how they see the world and opportunity. And really all they have to do to be able to thrive is let go of the ties, let go of the leashes, let the wild dogs run on their own, walk through the door. And they're going to end up having to, unfortunately, eventually for them, whether they want to do it now or not. Okay, let's find out what their greatest weakness is. What is pile number 3's enemy's greatest weakness? Yeah. Okay. So your enemy's greatest weakness is that they are, they're fooling themselves. They're not allowing themselves to see the magic all around them, what their life could be, what could bring them passion and joy. They're Snapdragon is one of the cards that came out. Deception and presumption. So they're deceiving themselves. They're possibly deceiving others, including you. They are presuming that they know better. They are lacking sense. This geranium card says unexpected meeting or visit, but it also says a lack of sense. They're not being intelligent about the things that they're doing. So this might be something that's on a large scale, but this could also be like your partner, and they think they know best and they're not seeing it from your perspective, and they have no empathy for you because they're in pain and they're just focused on what will make them feel comfortable and the loss that they've had, and they're being kind of, immature, honestly, about this. And they're really cutting themselves off from pleasure and passion. Now, there's also an energy here where some of these people may be only focused on their own pleasure and passion, and that is a weakness for them because it cuts them off from seeing what magic is afoot. With this witch hazel card, it says surprising developments, magic is afoot, and then iris, messages and signs. They're not seeing the things that you're seeing. The energy I get from you is that, like I said, you may be very empathic or spiritually gifted, psychic to some degree, and you see the magic all around. You see the signs, good or bad. You see the shift in energy. You see that the tide may be changing, and you adjust yourself based on that, because you see, I think that you're very in tune with nature as well, right? We see constantly nature showing us the nature of the universe, right? That everything is in cycles. That's why we have multiple seasons, or the tides go in and out. You move with that, and you wait for the sign that's going to tell you to move forward. This person is not doing that. They are like, no, I'm rooting myself here. I don't care. If the tide comes in, I'll drown. It's like ridiculous. And it's stubbornness for the sake of being stubborn, because they don't want to feel like they were wrong. Like, it's like a deep fear of being rejected or being seen as not intelligent or losing control or not being respected the way they think they should. To me, it feels like deep-seated trauma that they need to fix. Like, where does that come from, right? Where does that need to always be in control come from, right? Because ultimately we're not in control of anything. It's an illusion to think that you're in control of anything. You just have to ride the wave. You just go with it. You never know how this is going to unfold. So let's find out what your greatest skill is. What is your greatest strength? What is pile number 3's greatest strength? Oh boy, you got lots of strengths. Okay, so that's enough. Perfect. Let's see. All right, so your greatest skill and talent, like I said, is psychic abilities. You got the power card, and this particular card, for me, I always associate with psychic abilities. There's even the moon on this card. It's number 8. I connect that with reincarnation. Like I was saying, you're an old soul or you're a mature soul. You've lived a lot of lives and you've built skills, and you're an empath. You got the empathy card. You may also have clairaudience, have the ability of clear hearing. So information comes through to you. You might hear it in your own voice. You might actually be interpreting that as claircognizance, just clear knowing, which is one of my strongest gifts. You just know stuff and you don't know how you know it, but it's like you know it, right? It's like in your gut, like you know in 100% that this is the answer. And it's largely connected back to your clairaudience. Like, that's where the messages are coming through to you. Now, you also got this health card, which to me also connects back to psychic abilities, because I always talk about how there's this water bearer pouring water into the crown chakra of this woman. And it's talking about getting those downloads from spirit. And you have complete balance. Like, you've been able to balance out what is important to you in your life. and you pursue that, and you allow others to shine when it's their time to shine, or you allow others to lead when it's their time to lead, and then you also take advantage of the times when it's time for you to shine or for you to lead. Like, you have that balance between divine masculine and divine feminine. There, not only is that indicated by this number 6, but there's a lot of imagery here with the sun and moon, which is, the moon is divine feminine, the sun is divine masculine, and there's the sun and moon here as well. Yeah, and you are very passionate about the things that you think and love. You are very passionate about other people. You get very excited, and you will put everything you have into the things that you love and that you want to achieve, as well as relationships. Like, you really put everything into it, and you're quite adaptable to different circumstances. And like I said, when the tide is shifting and changing, you go with it, right? You don't fight against nature. You allow nature to be nature. And you see patterns and things. I just lined these up. I didn't even realize I was doing it. 1, 2, 3. You see patterns. You allow things to unfold as they should. And you have strong principles. This is the principles card, and it brings you a lot of abundance. Jupiter is on this card. Yes, oh my God, so psychic. You literally have the moon on 4 of these cards. Moon, 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 moon. Very psychic. So you are in a position where you really have the upper hand here, right? This person is so stuck. Taurus is coming forward. So they may be Taurian, or there might be strong Taurus placements in their chart. It does feel like for some of you, you have a love relationship with this person. You may be married to them. They're very strict, and they have strong boundaries, and you have had to, I mean, when I say boundaries, it's like they dig their heels in, and it's like, this is the way things are going to be, and if you don't like it, too bad. And they have some energy about not wanting to be controlled. And they will push back over the silliest things, like even if it's to their benefit, they're still no, which is so silly. And you have had to have strong boundaries yourself, because I think you really wanted to help this person or these people or this organization or whatever it is. But you had to put up strong boundaries and protect your own energy, because as an empath, you're absorbing all of that, and it just drains you. It made you feel so sick is the energy I'm getting. So some of you might have literally had physical symptoms manifest for you, and you had to disconnect, and you have been feeling so much better as a result of taking some distance and taking some space. So let's find out how you're going to slay this enemy of yours. How is pile number 3 going to slay their enemy? Oh boy. How is pile number 3 going to slay their enemy? Okay. Wow. Okay, so at this particular stage of the game, you may be feeling a little bit pessimistic, but I do get the sense that you are getting intuitive insight into what you need to be doing. You got the 4 of Cups, and you got the Page of Cups. And both of these cards do indicate that there is intuitive information being guided to you. Or it could be real world, like advice from a physical person with this 4 of Cups. Insight, you're reading the signs, and you know that a change needs to be made, but you're reluctant to make it. You may be experiencing magic on a deeper level, right? With this magic afoot messages and signs. and the Page of Cups, it may start to shift more around you where it's like, wait a minute. I feel like I am being guided towards like a new beginning. You got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, which is talking about there being action, like you really taking action on your ideas. And I just heard philosophies. So you might have like a theory about something that you are going to prove correct. And you're going to be communicating what you're thinking to others. And it's like it's going to bring about a brand new start. And this is not only going to bring about total justice with the Justice card, it's also going to help you to find balance and reconnect with your inner child, possibly connect with these other people and bring about their inner child so they can do some healing, because oftentimes we do have some trauma from our childhood, right? It's not that our parents are bad people. They tried the best they could, right? Everyone's just trying to like make it work, right? You know, none of us really know what we're doing to a certain degree. Like some know a little bit more than others, but we're just sort of like trying to figure it out as we go. And you might be helping this person to realize that. And you are really tuning into your inner Empress. This is like the second time you got the Empress card. And that this is part of your battle, right? You coming to terms with your own power and strength, your powers of manifestation, your powers of creation, to be able to nurture not only others, but yourself, to nurture these ideas that you have and possibly bring about something brand new that's connected with your life purpose. You got the Star card. This is talking about wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, being in alignment with your higher self, knowing what direction you're meant to go in. And I always see this card as deeply connected back to this water energy, psychic abilities, and empathy. You're going to help people to see things from a different perspective, to see the oneness. Like, I would not be surprised at all if a lot of you are working in the metaphysical, you're working in spiritual realms, you're tarot card readers, or you're teachers, or there's something to do with you delivering a message and you're helping people to see that we're all interconnected. You're helping them to see their own situations from a different perspective and not fight against the energies that are at play. Sometimes we're meant to just be pausing, right? Like, and it's hard. It's so hard. Sometimes you want immediate gratification. You want immediate answers and you don't get it. And you are just like, am I wrong? Like, did I misinterpret this? Am I on the wrong path? And it's just a matter of having patience, because it's a time for you to focus on your health and your healing in those moments. Because it's like a time for you to sort of like really invest in like your own equilibrium, right? As a light worker, like this really feels like light work, that's your battle, and this will be an ongoing battle for you. It's a matter of balancing out the healing work that you do and the healing that you also give to yourself. You know, you can't like constantly be pushing yourself beyond your limits, because you'll completely fry yourself. Like, I know, God, I've done that so many times. I mean, it's a work in progress, right? I'm not judging you. Okay, let's get some final advice for you guys. What would Spirit like pile, this one wanted to come out. What would you like pile number 3 to know? Oh my God, that card, it says healing. That is wild. Healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. Yes, you guys need to focus on your healing. Spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. And there's the Star of David, the balancing of divine masculine, divine feminine, our intuitive energy and our action energy. I love that. air. Work with the elements of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Yes, you're speaking your truth. You're helping people to see things from a different perspective through your words. Your communication is like one of your greatest assets. Felix Felicitas, power symbols to create lucky serendipitous events. You might be witches. You might be literally like manifesting with like magic. But this could also be you like taking action on the things that you want. And as a result of that, you're manifesting those outcomes to you, right? Like you're definitely using your power and strength to create change for you. And final card, Trinket 5, manifesting money and income. I love this. So if you've been worried about your financial stability, like you're running your own business, you're trying to launch something, you are making a shift maybe away from this person and you're worried like, am I gonna have enough financial resources to create a new foundation for my life? Yes, 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 you are. You're doing everything right. Just keep listening to your intuition. Lean into it more. I know how frustrating and scary it is, right? I do. I talk about this, quite a bit in my readings because I like to share my personal experience so that you guys know that like what I'm telling you really comes from a place of knowing because I've lived it myself. Our guides don't give us all the information. They give you 1 or 2 steps. You have to have faith and you have to take action, even though you don't know what the outcome is, which makes it really scary and it makes it feel illogical. It isn't until you take those steps that you'll see the outcome that you want, and then you have more assurance that you're going in the right direction. But you have to take the first steps blind, right? There has to be that first point where you're like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to go with it and see how it turns out. Before you build up enough of a record of it's being accurate and successful to have confidence. And even then, there's still going to be times when you're like, oh no, this isn't working out. And then it works out, right? Like I honestly, I create so much suffering for myself because I don't have faith in what's being channeled to me. And it's like, how ridiculous is that when I literally know 100%? I know, but we're human, right? We are going to have times where we question things. But if you can lean into this and start like, at least keep a record of the things that are coming true for you, that will help. That really helped me, right? When I had different like intuitive channeled messages that were accurate, I have a journal right here. I have a journal. I write in it every single day. I write down the things that are coming true out of the channeled messages that I get. And then when I have moments where I'm freaking out, I go and read that. And then I'm like, oh, right, I forgot. I know what I'm talking about. You might want to try something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. This was such a pleasure. I love reading for you guys. If it did resonate, please let me know. Like and share your experience in the comments. It also enters you into the contest. If you know someone who might be interested in this, if you could share it, that would be amazing. And of course, if any of you guys are interested in working with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my booking information and services are available there. I do tarot card readings, live and recorded. I also do Reiki, crystal healing. I do spiritual coaching. And I do Akashic Records readings where I can look into your past lives, and I can also channel your guides, your ancestors, or any of the spiritual energies you may be working with. So thank you so much for all of your support, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care.